Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing very well. My name is Meg Moonbeam, and welcome back to my YouTube and Rumble channels. I'm here today to do something a little bit different in this video. I want to talk about the astrology of a specific person, which I don't think I've done that on my channel for quite a while, and something that I might want to start doing some more of. I want to talk about the astrology of Robert Fico, the Prime Minister of Slovakia, who just had an assassination attempt yesterday, May 15th, 2024. I'm filming this video on May 16th, 2024. And even though we are in the most positive year, sorry, not most positive year, most positive month of 2024 this year, we are having, our own personal astrological transits. So everyone has their own unique personal things going on. And also we do have Sun conjunct Uranus, which can make for very unexpected events in the collective. Uranus is the planet that rules things that are unexpected and shocks and surprises. Also with the North Node conjunct Mars, I'll get into that. So I want to talk about what I've just found in the astrology of Robert Fico, which has just blown my frickin' mind. I never seem to be cease to be amazed by the astrology. It is always so accurate and so interesting to look at. So before I get into it, I just want to mention, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my Meg Moonbeam YouTube and Rumble channels. I really appreciate all your support. And I do offer personal astrology readings that are available at the link in the description box of this video. If you'd like to have more of a personal astrological reading with me. So let's get into it. So today I woke up and I thought, I want to see what the heck is going on with Robert Fico's chart. And I found out his astrology information, that he was born September 15th, 1964 in Slovakia, but we don't know his exact time of birth. Okay, so I wasn't able to find that online. If anybody out there happens to know his exact time of birth, please put it in the comments below. But as an astrologer, I can do something called rectification, and there's a few different methods of doing that. I don't know Robert personally, so there would be some questions I would ask him personally that would help me to determine his rising sign. But one of the ways that we can figure out somebody's rising sign, which in astrology represents how we physically look, how others see us, okay, and parts of our personality as well, and what we first do when we wake up in the morning. Based off of that position, looking at Robert Fico, I really feel like he looks like a Scorpio rising, okay? He's got a very intense look to him, very intense, penetrating, soul-gazing eyes, okay? Very intense eyes that we know the eyes are the window to the soul, right? So looking at Robert Fico, those are some very Scorpionic eyes, if you ask me. And also, if he is a Scorpio rising, then that likely means that he likes to expose untruths or illusions or the dark side of life, lies, and he is doing that. So why I'm, so interested in Robert Fico, for those of you guys who don't know, is that he's actually a freedom lover and a freedom fighter that is speaking out. He's one of the few politicians in the world that is a leader of a country that is speaking out against a lot of the injustices and fucked up things that are happening that the New World Order and dark arts people, as I like to call them, are trying to do. He's speaking out against the pandemic treaty. He recently said, and you talking on Twitter and also Rumble. He's been, speaking out for a while, saying that he will not put Slovakia under the pandemic treaty, that he does not support experimental injections, forced injections, among many other things. So I classify this dude as a freedom lover, and I'm very grateful for the work that he's doing and invite you to send prayers his way, okay? So, yeah, he is exposing the dark side of life. And that makes sense with him being a Scorpio rising. So I've brought up the chart for if Robert, was born for around 10 a.m., around that time would make him a Scorpio rising. That also makes sense because it means he would have a 10th house stellium in the Placidus house system. The 10th house is the house that rules being publicly seen, the highest forms of leadership, politics. So this chart, I think, makes sense to me. Okay. I said I'm interested in him because he's a freedom lover and he's somebody that out of all the world leaders, one of the ones that's speaking out on the fucked up things going on in the world from the New World Order just happened to get assassination attempt yesterday. And it is a miracle, in my personal opinion. I don't know about you guys, but this guy just got shot 5 times directly. If you see the video, let me see if this has a video I can play here. Just bear with me 1 second, you guys. You can look it up online. But if you see the video of the exact moment that he got attacked, okay, that's a different perspective of it. The person is like directly right in front of him, bam, 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 5 times, just shot him directly in front of him 5 times. What are the chances of somebody even surviving that? Okay. So him even surviving that, even though he's got some intense astrological transits that I'm going to share with you guys, I think has to do with the fact that we are having some of the most positive astrological transits of the year this week that are very, very benefic and make it very, very hard for the dark arts people, for the dark side of life, to do anything really, really evil, okay? Which one of the most evil things you can do is try to assassinate one of the freedom-loving, freedom fighter, rulers of the world. And of course, Ursula von der Leyen and all these, just makes me want to throw up. These people saying, I strongly condemn the vile attack. Like, give me a fucking break, okay? All these people are sold out. Sorry, I digress. So yeah, Robert Fico, this is the chart that I'm going to work with. And what I want to show you guys is to state that I think he has survived being shot directly 5 times because the New World Order people, for whatever reason, even though I know they use personal astrologers, I'm surprised they even tried to do this to him this week because there's such positive collective astrological aspects, including a Sun conjunct Jupiter that we're having this week that makes it very hard for anything evil, very dark to be able to happen and succeed. Okay, but how was this able to happen to him? Well, if we look at his chart, first of all, his sun is at 22 degrees of Virgo, 22 degrees in the late, great Nikola Stojanovic's degree theory is the to kill or be killed degree, the assassination degree. A lot of people that have been assassinated have either their sun or a major placement at 22 degrees, and Robert Fico has that. So, okay, sun, 22 degrees, to kill or to be killed, to be assassinated, to have someone try to assassinate you. And he has now experienced that in life. Robert is also having his Saturn return right now. So even though Saturn is at 17 degrees of Pisces and he was born with Saturn 0 degrees of Pisces, he is in that Saturn return transit, which is one of the most challenging things we can go through in life when, granddaddy Saturn comes back into the same sign as we were born and we get initiated into higher levels of adulthood and responsibility. And there can be major life changes. And, Pisces is one of the signs in astrology that rules assassination. Scorpio and Pisces, he's got his Saturn retrograde, 0 degrees, critical degree of Pisces. So to possibly be assassinated during your Saturn return. Now, as I said, Saturn is 17 degrees of Pisces right now. I'm going to bring up a transit chart to show you right now. So in the orange is where the planets currently are. The blue in the middle is Robert Fico's birth chart. Saturn is conjunct Robert's Chiron, one of the most sensitive parts of his chart that represents wounds, trauma, pain, his healing journey. And his Saturn is, transit Saturn is in an opposition to his natal sun. Saturn is one of the malefics. So this can be, when we have Saturn opposing our sun, some of the hardest life situations can happen. That only happens once every 28 years. Saturn Sun opposition, possible death, possible major life challenge or crisis. So that makes sense. He's having that too. And also what I find very interesting is Robert was born with Jupiter, lucky ducky Jupiter, usually at 26 degrees of Taurus. And in the current astrology, Taurus is at 27 degrees. Sorry, Jupiter is at 27 degrees of Taurus. So he's having his exact Jupiter return right now, which is usually a very positive transit. But if we look at his birth chart, he's got Jupiter conjunct Algol, the demon star, the darkest fixed star in the sky from our Earth's perspective. Algol is associated with death, violence, extreme accidents, assassination, the dark side of life. So even though Jupiter conjunct Algol is one of the lighter places to have something conjunct Algol, Jupiter still expands whatever it's touching, and it's expanding the influence of Algol in his chart in his 7th house of not just intense accidents or misfortunes, but the 7th house represents open enemies, our committed relationships, our work associates. The 7th house is open enemies. The 12th house is hidden enemies. So likely, if I had to make a guess here, and Robert Fico, if you're listening, let me know if I'm right. I would say that Robert was probably aware that there was going to be an assassination attempt on him. He might have known or had a feeling that this might be coming up. And there might be someone around him that he works with, because 7th house is committed love, but also work relationships, that he knew was an open enemy. Now, him having Jupiter conjunct Algol, I think will help to bring justice, because Jupiter has a lot to do with justice, to whoever did this to him, okay? And, even though he's in his Saturn return, Granddaddy Saturn, as I like to call him, will, if you're having a Saturn return, either kick you in the butt or near the end of the Saturn return will bring really big blessings, karma, justice of karma. So I think whoever did this to them is going to be fully exposed. I think the whole situation will be exposed. And he's very, very lucky, Robert, that he does have, even though his moon is at detriment in Capricorn, moon in Capricorn, Scorpio rising, I think makes him very strong and very hard to kill, even though he's got that 22 degrees assassination degree. So I invite you guys to keep Robert Fico in your prayers, because this is someone that is actually a political leader that is standing up for freedom, for our collective rights. He is exposing the dark side of life and the New World Order. And I'm very, very grateful for Robert Fico's service to humanity, not just in Slovakia, but inspiring us around the world with his presence. So I'm going to be keeping him and family and associates in my prayers. I wanted to share with you guys how it literally shows up in his chart that this happened to him yesterday. And I think that he will survive. I think that whoever did this to him chose a very bad time astrologically. The luckiest week of the year, Sun conjunct Jupiter, Jupiter Cazimi, Uranus Cazimi, just very positive energy this whole month of 2024 that has, I think, deflected some of the very negative potentials in his current transits. I also wanted to mention that in the current astrology, even though we've got all this very positive stuff going on, we are having the North Node conjunct Mars, North Node in the sign of Aries, which rules leadership, people that are direct and are no bullshit in high levels of business or politics, with Mars, the ruler of Aries, the dispositor of the North Node, coming into conjunction with the North Node. this weekend of May 18th and 19th. So this is highlighting to all of us opportunities to be in our empowerment and our boundaries and to be strong, but can also be highlighting, and it is, our political leaders, business leaders, and the dark side of this is potential violence towards them, Aries, Mars, potential conflicts involving them. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what unfolds, and let's please keep Robert in our prayers. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like these kind of videos where I look at people's charts based on some of the current things that are going on. And I'm sending so much cosmic love your way. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you'd like a personal astrology reading with me, they're available at the link below. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube and Rumble channels. Love you guys. See you soon.